Hello guys, I'm really happy to see you guys over here. As always, we'll just create a new file and this time we'll name it as reserved keywords. Now one thing you will notice that you cannot give space between the files, and that's because the interpreter does not work well with the spaces. So the first line will be about the directory. The line will basically tell Linux users, and last practical we had done a mistake. It's in bin folder and not in live folder. So we are basically telling Linux users that Python is installed in this directory. So in Linux it's not an installer, we actually have something like a folder. So now let's print and let's see how this works. So what are reserved keywords? So reserved keywords are something that cannot be used, and in the last video I showed you how reserved keywords work. So reserved keywords are actually defined by the language. So some languages have some functions or some methods predefined. Don't worry about methods or functions, just assume that something are defined. So for example, if your name should be, for example, my name is Priyank, so I cannot keep my name boy or a girl. So that is like a reserved keyword. Boy is a type, whereas my name is Priyank. So that's how it works. You cannot actually keep a method or a name in as a variable, or you cannot use it. So these are reserved keywords. And for example, if the color changes in Eclipse, for beginners who don't understand what are reserved keywords, if you can see, I'm just defining a variable and putting a value like we did in the next previous video. So as you can see, we get 1 and 1, and that's because we have not yet selected the interpreter or the main file. So I'll just go over here and click on run configuration and create a new configuration. Basically change the main folder, and this actually is required every time when you use Eclipse, but in future we'll create a main folder that will actually switch. And we get an syntax error, and the error is basically because print statement is predefined, or what we can say, it is defined function. So you cannot use reserved keywords. And how does Python know that print is basically to print something on the screen? So that's because in Python we already have this function and you cannot use it. So for beginners, don't use anything that is changing its color. And I guess that's all for this video.